It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Raiders and the Browns coming up next.
We are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up a throw. Off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress. Hoping to lead to early points. And play calls are sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Back to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find... And that's exactly... to the tune of...
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off play action. Hampton. He finds his man. Complete. That's Jacobs. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Hampton, same target. It's Jacobs again. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Back to throw. Hampton. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Pretty effective run there.
The rock.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both inbounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll set up to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. They're going to look to throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So this drive spans 7 plays, and Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Hampton. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Hampton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one too low.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
And this is what...
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Oh, look at the juke. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pick up there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jordan Elliott.
He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
And he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Hampton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Hampton. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, it went backwards. Back to the 33. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Carlson able to put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Taking it about the 1.
This is Jakeem Grant.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll drop to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
They'll look to throw again.
That's complete to
and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Operating from the gun, Hampton. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown from 19 yards away. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And down he goes. Brought down, a Raider sack. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's go now, let's go.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And some space here. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Good move at the 30. And he's upended at the 33. Following a good pickup of 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, he's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Chubb on the counter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Back to throw here. Being chased out left.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And again, it's Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Well, 2 touchdowns scored. I know his team's happy. His coaches are happy. How about the fantasy owners of this game?
Always happy with 2, but they'd like 3 or 4. York on now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On first down, Hampton. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
On 1st and 10, Hampton. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hampton. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
That's what it is, man.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes we get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards for number 11. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So this last play, a pickup of 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against a front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Finding Hunt. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Personal foul. Unnecessary running. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to let the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch. And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Ticks to go. Still time, but they need this onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hampton
throwing quickly here, and he's got Jacobs. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Keep our boys. It's one play at a time, baby.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.